Hello and welcome to the Road End podcast, where each week we will speak to a new guest, get to know them, and talk all things Liverpool.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Road End podcast. I'm pleased to say today I'm joined by Adam Morgan. Adam's a professional footballer and also an elite football coach. He's well known from his time at Liverpool. Welcome to the podcast, mate. How are we?
Thank you, mate. All good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. Bit better after yesterday. Went to Spurs.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Nice. Great win yesterday. Needed that. Salah, man, he's back on fire, isn't he?
The back.
Oh, yeah, hopefully, yeah. I've had 5 seasons of being on top of our game. Look, we can't be expecting to win every single week.
I know.
But obviously that made the draw today. I'm made up with it. One of my mate, his dad goes all the game. You might know him, Steve Monahan.
Yeah.
But his lad Joe's one of my best mates. And he's saying he's fuming. We got Madrid. I'm like, you can't made up. We got Madrid. Means we're going to Bernabeu, mate. I'm going to Bernabeu. So, and last time we went to Bernabeu, we won when Yossi Benayoun scored. So,
oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to that.
What do you think on the news was just come out about the ownership?
You know what, mate? I haven't seen it today. I haven't looked at it, seen anything. What's happened?
They've put us up for sale.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
News, yeah.
Absolutely, mate. You know what? I didn't even. When I was back to back all day, I haven't even been on my phone, to be honest. So
yeah, it's just come out
I
now.
don't even know what to say about that. Really, it's a mad one, that, to be honest.
I know. I don't know who's going to go to, because obviously anyone richer than them's only going to be Saudis or Dubai or something, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Don't know what LeBron James is going to do. He might buy more. He might buy more shares in LeBron James. Absolutely.
There's going to be murder if it goes to anyone like that, isn't it? Obviously, the way Klopp's been speaking. Oh, there you go. There's some news for you.
Yeah.
Your Liverpool career. I remember you in the academy. I only live round the corner, so I used to go round and watch you a lot. You got a title of the next Robbie Fowler. That must have been some privilege there.
Oh, listen, like, always my hero growing up. My first hero, other than my dad, was Robbie Fowler. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, it's an easy comparison to make. I was nowhere near Robbie Fowler, don't get me wrong, but being left-footed, being from Liverpool, being kind of maybe a Jack the lad, and there's been people who'd seen Fowler before me, so I think the comparison was quite easy to make. But to be mentioned in the same breath of him any time was unbelievable. But Robbie was my hero, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Did you feel any pressure for that?
No, not really. Not at that age. I used to thrive in it. To be honest, I used to believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
there was no doubt in my mind that I was going to be scoring goals and under the cup, playing for England, and literally just win it all. That. I didn't have any other belief in my head other than that, and I think it's hindered me in a way, because now obviously that's never going to happen. But I did not believe for 1 second that weren't going to happen, that I weren't going to be Liverpool's number 9, playing week in, week out, Premier League top goal scorer, playing for England. And of course, I look back now and laugh, but that was my mind. You couldn't have told me different, probably up until 18. Couldn't have told me any different.
If you've got to have that mentality, haven't you? Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere, are you?
I think so, mate. But you know what? It's hard, because I went to Liverpool longer than I went to school. Like, I was at Liverpool from 5 years old, all the way up till 19. 14 years of my life, in the best way possible. I had my arse wiped for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, my kit was ready. I got told where to be, at what time, what to eat, what time's the coach leaving, and that's all I knew. My parents would take me up there 3 times a week, and I just didn't know any different. So I was kind of only had that as a childhood, really. And it was the best childhood I could have ever asked for. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I didn't do anything else. I didn't really do boxing. I didn't do golf. It was school and football, and I didn't like school. So my whole childhood was known at the academy. The only thing I ever remember was going to Liverpool Academy. So when that's taken away from you, it's difficult.
Yeah. So we'll get on to that side of things in a minute. I remember seeing your first goal in pre-season. Now, I do remember this.
Rocket.
Yeah. What's happened? So Sterling gets that ball and beats a couple of men. And obviously you're in the right position, the right time. That seemed to be your nap, didn't it? He was always in the right place at the right time. Does he claim that it was going in?
Look, I don't think he minds now. I think he'll give me that one moment of glory career he's had. But yeah, mate, listen, there's no way I was letting that go in. There's no chance. And look, to be honest, that was a World Cup final to me, mate. It's madness, like.
How does it feel?
What a fucking day that was. What a fucking day. It's just, mate. If I could relive a few moments in my life, that'd definitely be one of them. I knew I was going to score. I knew. I swear to you, I knew I was going to score. And obviously, I ran over with Carragher as well when I scored. And that was like obviously something between me and him that we'd spoke about before the game, because he'd always looked after me, Carragher.
Yeah.
And look, again, I thought I was always just going to go on and play for Liverpool and that. But that was just in my way. And because he stood up and he was like cheering for me, he was probably so proud just to see a Scouser, like he done once upon a time, whether it was pre-season or not, live his dream by just scoring in front of 60,000 people. My dad was there. It couldn't have been a better day. Oh, mate, it was madness.
Yeah, I was watching it back again before. Your celebration, you just lost your fucking marbles, didn't you?
Yeah, man. And look, I'll credit any man who doesn't celebrate like that being from Liverpool.
Definitely.
I don't care whether it was a tapping. No. I was getting on the end of that, no problem. But you know what, mate? That pre-season, I was playing five-a-side all in the summer, just with the lads. We was actually in the league. I had a little league going over the summer. I was playing every night, and I just went back with pre-season with this just determination and just knowing, and I knew I was going to go on pre-season that year. I just knew. And then when I went on pre-season, I thought, this is it. This is my chance now. And obviously then I had a fantastic, couldn't have went any better that pre-season.
Yeah.
And obviously Rod just said what he said. And it was just the best, man. If I can bottle that feeling of sitting on that plane next to Daniel Agger, thinking I'm going on pre-season with the Reds here. And that's what I'm saying is, I think my career would have been a lot different if I'd have played for Everton.
Oh, really? Why is that?
100%, because I think one thing that hindered me, I was not good enough to play every week for Liverpool. No doubt about it. Don't get me wrong, I could have maybe grew into it if I was kind of given a bit of a longer time, which did I deserve? I don't know. But, you know, I have no gripes against anything, what happened with Liverpool. It was more what happened afterwards with me. But like, I was so starstruck every single day. They're my heroes, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm going in there and I'm thinking, Gerrard, isn't he? Obviously, but I could honestly say I know Gerrard, you know what I mean? And it's kind of, and like, oh my God, there's like whoever, do you know what I mean? These are my heroes. But no disrespect to any Everton player, anything like that. But if I'd have went in and that'd have been Phil Jagielka, it wouldn't have mattered to me. Phil Jagielka, great career, unbelievable player. No offence, I'm not trying to even get one in on Everton. Man United, the same, anything like that. It was more, they're my heroes. I shouldn't be playing with these, but I deserve my chance. But like, it overwhelmed me a little bit. It did, and I couldn't really relax all the time and let myself settle in and stuff. Eventually, I did settle in a little bit more, but never where I felt really, really comfortable. But obviously, I think the more you feel comfortable somewhere, the more you're going to perform, aren't you? So So I think of it like that, mate. And you know, listen, hindsight's a funny thing, isn't it? So it is what it is.
Who's the best player you've played with, academy level?
Jesus.
On your toes.
Some good ones, you are. Honestly, it's got to be Sterling on it. It's got to be. I used to love him. He was my favourite. For me personally, he was my favourite. And the reason is because he'd do all the work. I'd stop the ball in the goal. And no, but mate, what a player. What a player. But then you had Suso. Suso was special. And right up there, you might not even know him, but Christian Adorjan.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my God.
Was he Hungarian?
Hungarian. What a player. He was magic. Probably a couple of yards too slow. But what a player. And then, like you say, mate, Connor Cody. Massive, massive player. Like, listen, he's someone you'd want your daughter to marry. Do you know what I mean? The ultimate pro. Unbelievable quality. And I still speak to Connor to this day. It's funny now, like, as I'm training his boys. Well, one of his boys, sorry. And on Wednesday, so that'll be nice to see him. But I've told him no Everton kids. And
hey, just clear something up for me, right? Because I remember him, and I thought he was a diehard Red when he was at the academy. That celebration when he was offside
No
the other week,
comment.
I'm not having that. I'm not having it.
No comment. I can't. No comment. But look, listen, like I get what you're saying, but
because obviously the
yeah,
time
you
he
know
had
what,
at
mate?
Liverpool.
He didn't have a tough time at Liverpool. Like he'll admit himself, it was impossible to get in. You had to be a Raheem Sterling. You know what I mean? Like, and like we all had our little go. We were given chances. I think with Connor, he played against Anzi, his debut that I played as well. He come on a Fulham away. He got one more. I think he had 3 as well. Yeah, but mate, what a pro. What a professional he is. Nothing but admire Conor Cody. And you know what? It is what it is. Now, can you blame him? You know, some of the things that I get it. I get all this. I even get it with Michael Owen. He went to the Manx. I do. But what people don't realise sometimes is, I know there's a line, and sometimes you'd make the best of it not to do that. But I don't want to say where he lives, but he lives very, very close to Everton training ground.
Yeah.
All his kids are settled in school. His birds from around there. Do you want to up en route to move to London, or you've got to like think of it another way as well? Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, of course.
But you know what? If he's a blue, he's a blue. Do you know what I mean?
I remember him, and I used to think of him as like he had like a bit of a blend between Carragher and a bit of blend between Gerrard as well in certain aspects of his game, which is a massive compliment, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're throwing that out there.
When you was training with Gerrard, how was that? A couple of people have asked me on from previous podcasts, why haven't you really mentioned Gerrard and that? So I'll put it on you.
Stevie G, he just run the club. It's just his club. It's just, he's the main man and always will be. There will never be anybody past, present, who can ever replace how highly I think of Steven Gerrard. He's the best ever to wear a red shirt. My dad would argue that it's Kenny, probably because that was his era and that was his hero, and he's seen him do magic. But I up close and personally seen things that, like, you think, how do you do that with a football? Or the respect that he earned by performance and the man being the man that he is, you know, pretty much one club man. Obviously, he decided to move his family over to America for a few years, which is, you can't blame him, mate. Yeah, absolutely not. So him and Carragher, two one club men, really, you know what I mean? Because he didn't kind of, I'm not wrong there, did he? He didn't play very well else, did he?
Carragher?
It was only Liverpool and LA Galaxy, weren't it?
Oh, yeah, Gerrard, yeah.
I was going to say, nearly made the fool of myself then, but yeah, like, mate, the ability and the quality and just the order that he had around himself, he is a god.
I showed me little lads videos the other week. He was on, he done that F2 striking, didn't he, on YouTube?
Oh, I've seen him. He's sensational. One story about Gerrard, it was like, and it only happened a few years ago. I was over in Dubai and for New Year, and Rangers were on a pre-season break, so they were staying in our hotel, and Flano was there. So Flano was at Rangers at the time, and like Gerrard's getting harassed, and just even still in Dubai, I'm a 26-year-old man at this stage, and just Gerrard saying good morning to me by the pool, just get all giddy still. And that's the biggest compliment I can do. And obviously I end up having a beer with him, and my brother-in-law was there, and we're just like sitting there having a beer with Gerrard, and I'm thinking, oh, this is mad. But like, what I'm trying to say to you is, he was Arsenal. So like, honestly, if Thierry Henry was there, of course I'd have been like, that's Henry and that, but like, that wouldn't have meant near enough as much.
Yeah.
You know, or Martin Keown or whoever, Tony Adams, and that's what I'm trying to say is about my career. It was like, that's Gerrard just passed that to me there. And there's one time when I make my own home debut, my first start at Anfield, playing against Hearts, I was ready 20 minutes before the game. That's it. Zip jacket on, ready, pumped up. He kind of was going around, high five and everyone. He said to me, in a laughing and joking way, just to relax me, he pointed at Suarez. He said, if he shouts at you just for the ball, he's going to ask you for the ball every single time. He said, but you're here for a reason, play your own game. Like, tell him basically to F off. Yeah. But like in a laughing and joking way, just to relax me. And Carragher said to me, just don't get a yellow card before I did. Carragher got one after like 20 seconds, didn't he? So that just kind of calmed my nerves. They're the best. Carragher and Gerrard, can't speak highly enough.
And Suarez.
Oh, mate. What a man. Again, but I can honestly say, I feel like I can honestly say, I know Suarez as well, and like, I worked with him for like a year. Some of the stuff that he used to do, it's just breathtaking. Like, how would you do that with a football like so consistently? He just weren't like that kind of person off the pitch, but he just turned into this beast on the pitch. that win at all costs. Sometimes, obviously, it bubbled over, and I honestly didn't mind it about him because he just wanted to win so much. Like, say for example, Liverpool had just played Man United on the Sunday, on the Sunday, and the lads who hadn't been in the squad or hadn't played would train. He would train again. He just loved football, and he used to go mad. Brendan Rodgers used to let him train the whole session and make him leave the match. He used to have what he used to go mad because he couldn't play in the match at the end. He just played 90 minutes, scored the winner against Man U the day before. You're not meant to be on recovery, but he just wanted to train all the time. So these people are just obsessed with being the best, and all in their own right. He was the best in some area. Arguably one of the best strikers ever lived.
Yeah.
And I can say I played up front with him. And that used to make my toes go like that, honestly. And like, I laugh and joke with the lads now, my mates. Like, for example, one time I was in a taxi joking and I was videoing myself in a group and I was telling the taxi driver, but I was joking, saying, I don't know if I told you, mate, I used to play with... But my mates just laughed at them because I get all embarrassed when people say it to me.
Yeah.
And like, I shouldn't, because it's a very proud thing that I can say, but it's something that hurts me sometimes because I know I'm never going to get again. But that's why now I'm so obsessed with me coaching and I want to get to the top with that now.
Yeah, so let's move to your coaching then. Adam Morgan, elite coaching. How did you start it? What brought this on?
I've been living in Essex for the last 3 years with the old woman, and lockdown happened, and I'm not made of money, and all the work stopped, all the footy stopped. So, a few people saying to me, "Look, can you train me, boy? Can you say more?" And I was like, "No, not yet. I'm not doing that yet. I'm focusing on footy." And then obviously carried on, and I needed to get some kind of work in. And so I'd done 2 or 3 kids who were close to me, obviously through family and whatever, down living in Essex. Done them, obviously, word of mouth, bit of the Instagram thing, and literally went from there, mate. And then I ended up probably 100 kids a week coming through the door. Brilliant. In Essex. So, and then unfortunately for me, at the moment, I'm not on the best terms with me girl, and mate, it was tough. And I thought I've had heartbreak in my life, honestly, and I'm not even afraid to say this because mental health's a big thing that I believe in now. Losing someone that you love is one of the hardest things ever. So I was on the floor now. I was on the floor probably since I moved home, probably a couple of months ago. What's gonna happen, I'm not sure. But first 3 or 4 weeks, mate, I didn't want to get out of bed, and then I was obviously getting messages, "Oh, you're in Liverpool now," and then I thought exactly the same. Just done a couple of people, done like my little nephew and my little cousin, and word of mouth spread. And now I had 25 people through the door last week after 3 weeks in. So it's been brilliant, and I just love it, mate. I love it. So I work out at goals and speak, and I haven't even done the promotion that I will do, but I'm kind of just not doing it too much yet because what's going to happen with me, I'm unsure. I'm open for one thing, but I just love that kind of side of it. That's how initially it started, and then just went from there. I've been in contact with Liverpool as well, and hopefully try and work something out with that way as well.
That's great that you're giving the next generation a bit about what you had though, because obviously you've learned from the best. So
I try and be the coach that I would have wanted to have. I've worked with some unbelievable coaches: Rodolfo Borrell, Alex Inglethorpe, Steve Cooper, Mike Marsh, Colin Pascoe, Brendan Rodgers. I've tried to obviously implement as much as I took off them into my own. I'm a beginner. I'm a complete beginner, and I'm a sponge to everything I want to learn. And I love learning, and I love seeing the progression of the kids. And mate, I do fully grown men, and I just do all ages, and I just get the enjoyment. I like to be a chameleon. So 1 minute I could be teaching a 3-year-old how to dribble, then next minute I'm doing a shooting session with a 28-year-old. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
all different kinds, but I think just any bit of experience that I can get at the minute is I'm willing to do it.
Oh, defo. So I seen you you've been working with Andy Carroll, haven't you?
Yeah. So prime example, Andy Carroll. Yeah, he's obviously married to an Essex girl, Billy Mucklow. So, Billy Carroll now. Yeah, his boys came to me camp, boys and girls as well. Came to me camp and would speak like every other week. Me and Andy Carroll just, "How are you?" like that. Used to bump into him a lot, so I knew when he was at West Brom, Reading and all that. So I used to always speak to him, like if he scored, I'd message him or whatever. And then he just messaged when he was out without a club. He's just waiting on a club. So he said, "Look, can we get some training in?" And I was thinking, I wonder why he's asked me to do it. And he just said, look, I know I'm going to get the quality, like delivery with you. And we've worked together before. And it's one of the best experiences ever. So, you know, I'm friends with Andy Carroll. So we had a really good thing. And then obviously, again, like talking about word of mouth, he brought Snodgrass. What a player, man. Snodgrass. Funny fucker as well, him, you know. And then I had a young coach working with me, Sonny Dutton, unbelievable player. But his dad's my counsellor. And so we used to have started the training at tennis. Me and Sonny, the young coach, against Andy Carroll and Snodgrass. They used to beat us every day, though. Bastards. But mate, what a good couple of weeks we had there. And then obviously it would have carried on, but obviously things happen in your private life, and I had to come back to Liverpool, but I had to pick myself up like I've done many times before. And you know, I've made some mistakes in my life, man, like we all have. But I've got a smile on my face again now, and I'm really enjoying being home, to be honest with you.
Good. That's important that you've got the smile on your face. Ryan mentioned you had some issues with clubs over your time. They just didn't work out for one reason or another, and things behind closed doors. And obviously, you've just mentioned like counselling yourself. I think it's massively important that obviously people are making sure that they're getting the help that they need whenever they need it, regardless of the situation. So can you honestly, openly say that it does help you?
Sure. It's so tough. Like, honestly, like, I was at Wembley for the Carabao Cup final on the ale with all my mates, as normal, like 99% of the Liverpool fans was that day. Having a great day, obviously, when I won the cup. And I said to one of the lads, I swear to my mum's life, I'd rather be in the crowd here than on that pitch. And they're like that footy breaks your heart. I could have said to you, I didn't think any other difference was going to happen in my life. So I didn't know what to do with myself when I kind of left Liverpool and all that. And then obviously went to Yeovil. Basically what happened is I knew I was going to have to leave Liverpool. Went to my agent's office at the time. I had Leicester, 3-year deal, Yeovil, 3-year deal, Carlisle, 3-year deal. No offence to Carlisle, they was in the League One, so
yeah,
it was out of Leicester and Yeovil. And if I would have took it at Leicester, whether it had been in and around the first team or out on loan or released by then, I'm not sure. But on the third year of my contract at Leicester, they won the Premier League. I went to Yeovil, and by that time, I don't even think I was still playing in the league. And if I had went to Leicester and hit the ground running, potentially I could have had the Premier League winners medal. And that is how scary it is.
Yeah.
And that, how are you meant to come back from it, mate? How are you meant to get over that? You can't just dust yourself down off everything and go again.
No.
Our mentality as Scousers is not all knock us down. You know, like one of my favourite songs ever, and I'm going to see him in 2 weeks, Jamie Webster, is like, and you say, look, I think about the birds in George's Hall, and they tried to knock us down, but we stood up tall. But mate, there's only so much standing up tall you can do and dusting yourself off before it actually breaks your fucking heart. And you're lost and you don't know what to do. And what other skills have you got? I didn't have a job till I was 25 because I had a good left foot. And that was the be all and end all. And what am I meant to do? I've cried myself to sleep on many occasions. They thought I don't even want to be in this world anymore. And I've had some dark days, mate. And again, I've done some things I'm not proud of. And I can get upset now thinking about it. That's like some of the mistakes I've made. But it was never while I was young in football. It was come afterwards, after when I'm feeling the heartbreak and what might have taught me life was going to be and what should have been. And I believe now that everything happens for a reason. And I believe I'll go to the top when I was a coach. That counselling, that's saved my life. And, you know, I went to Sporting Chance, which I don't even know if you meant to say, but I'm going to say. Sporting Chance is Tony Adams' clinic, wellness centre. I couldn't handle life. I didn't know what to do. Like, I literally just get up and just didn't know what to do. And that's because it'd been bred in me since 5 years old. A vulnerable little boy. Vulnerable baby. I was a baby. All I ever knew was football.
Yeah.
And then when I was taken away from what am I meant to do? I was still probably had a mentality of a child because I didn't know what to do. So I had to go and get myself right. And then when I come out, I still made mistakes like we all do. But then I beat myself up for a week about it. And then, but now I'm probably in the best place I've ever been. I don't want to just be a coach. I want to be someone there for someone who can actually speak on both ends of the spectrum of the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. The way my parents are and my sister have been with me and my family, He's saying saved my life, mate, honestly. And on paper, I've got the best life in the world. On paper. You've lived your dream. 28 years old. You've got a house almost mortgage free. At 28, it's not a bad start. But like, without my parents, that wouldn't have never happened. Without help and guidance of people who knew more than me, that never would have happened. But I was so low and hated my life when, on paper, people would have snapped your hand off for it. I thought I should have been achieving so much more. I've lost relationships because of football, and my actions because I was so down and depressed.
It's horrible. There's no other way of you can't fucking beat around the bush in these situations, and it's massively important that you let it out as well, like you have, and you're actually doing something about it. Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what I want to do now. Like, I love doing this shit. Like, I love it because, honest to God, I love it, man. And it's not for me anymore. It's not for me anymore because my nephew now, he's cracking little player. And I tell him two things: movement kills and goals pay the bills. I tell him as well, goals get you all the girls as well. He likes that one. And no matter whatever happens to him, he can never ask anyone than his own uncle, what should I do in this situation? How should I feel? Is this normal? And I can tell him on both ends of the spectrum, yeah or no. That's what I live for now. I live through him until, like, touch wood, I have kids of my own one day. And but I'm here to help everyone, mate. And, like, honest to God, I want people to reach out to me. I'd do any podcast anytime. I'd help anyone anytime. And I just want to pass my knowledge on of the good and bad to the next generation.
Good. We look at it from a different side of things from our lives. Obviously, everyone has something different going on. But if you get everything gets taken away from you, regardless of what your profession is or whatever you're doing in your life, it's fucking horrible and it's hard. So, hats off to you, mate. Amazing you spoke about that, and I wish you everything but good luck in your coaching as well.
Tough one to move on from that, isn't it?
It is. But it's one of them. It's good that you get it out.
Yeah, man. Listen, I told you, I'm an open book, honest to God.
We asked our guests to choose their ultimate five-a-side team who they've seen live playing for Liverpool. Let's find out what they said.
Ryan never put you in, he put Suarez in. Tell me your best 5 players in your Liverpool that you've played with.
That's the obvious, but I'm going to go a little bit more, exotic, am I? I'm going to give you me, obviously, the first team one, and then I'll give you me other one of the lads who haven't. So the first one, obviously, Pepe Reina, Carragher, Gerrard, John Joe Shelby, Suarez.
Ridiculous.
Easy one. And then I'm going to go tough the goalie. I'll come back to the goalie. Conor Cody, John Flanagan. Sound like I got all my mates in. Jesus. Jordan Henderson for his what Ryan said, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Career he's had, mate. What a career.
I know.
But you know what? Deserved it. Oh, mate, what an attitude this fella's got, mate. I love Jordan Henderson. Love him. But I can't put Henderson in, so I'll go John Lundstrom. Oh, it's proper hard, this. You don't realise only 5. I'm going to go Ross Barkley, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane?
With England, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Harry Kane. Seeing if I'm missing any superstars right there. Freaking hell, Sterling.
Yeah.
He's got to go in. Flano's out. Sterling in. Mate, there's so many. James Ward-Prowse. What a play from my roommate in England.
Who was your keeper?
Oh, mate. To add. I can't even... My eyes went blank on his keepers.
Did you play with Galaxy?
Yeah, Peter Glasky, yeah. He can go in. Glasky, great guy as well. Yeah. Oh, mate, I could make an 11 there. I feel harsh. Go on, let me make an 11 quick. Go on, I'm going to go Glasky, Flano right back, Jack Robbo left back, Conor Cody, and
Wisdom.
Yeah, Andre Wisdom, he can go in. Then I go Lundstrom, Barkley, Sterling, James Ward-Prowse, me and Harry Kane.
Oof.
I'm in.
It's a fucking heavy team, that.
Win the Prem, that. But obviously, like, you Gerrard, Suarez would be in, but it's cheating, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'd be my team.
Oh, brilliant, mate. Brilliant. Let's call that a pod. I'll let you crack on, mate. I just want to say thanks for everything. Obviously, getting involved in the first place, I really appreciate it. And I really wish you the best with the coaching, because I can see how much you want it. You can see it in your face. You can see you want something from it as well. And I think that's important, because I take my little lad to little players and I can see it in their eyes. They want the kids to be the best. So
get him in with me. Come down,
will.
free session on me.
Nice one, mate. Good luck with everything.
No worries, I'll be in touch. Okay? See you soon, mate.
Nice one,
Thank you.
Mate.
Bye, mate.
Thanks to everyone for listening to today's episode. Don't forget to follow our social media, twitter.com/theroadendpod, and also our Instagram page, instagram.com/theroadendpod.